Welcome back to the Lifetime of Synchronicity. This is Vincent Hu here, and today I have a special guest. She's Sam. Is this short for Samantha or is something
It
else?
is, yes.
Okay, awesome. Welcome back. She's the partner of Greg. I had him on my last interview in last video last time, and Sam has an exciting story to share with us. Maybe one or two. I don't know. Maybe she'll share a couple with us. Um, and she has a powerful synchronicity story to share with us. And yeah, welcome, Sam. Where are you based right now?
Hi, Vincent. So I'm based in England in the beautiful Lake District, which is the north of England. So yeah, lucky to live up here. I'm originally from Stratford-on-Avon, Shakespeare's town. So yeah, so I'm glad to be on the show.
Awesome, thank you. I only been to UK a couple of times in the London area, and that's pretty much my exposure of UK. But I'm interested in traveling to other parts of it if things happen, if the flow happen, you know.
Yeah,
So
yeah, sure. Well, you're welcome up here anytime if you visit. So we're close to Manchester. So yeah, hopefully we'll meet in person one day.
yeah, definitely. So you have a story to show that. So let me just start by asking, what is one? I'm sure you have a lot of stories that is in relationship to being in the flow or synchronicity of law of attraction. So what's one that's sticks out the most for you? Like the one that pops in your mind right now if I ask you.
Yeah, so I've studied the law of attraction extensively. I've read lots of books. I've listened to lots of podcasts, and I've also done Tony Robbins's course, which was actually ran by Joseph McClendon, his business partner. It was actually on the law of attraction. And when I had completed the course, I think it was a 4-day course in London, I remember manifesting something, thinking, okay, I'll just try something and see how it goes. So it was like, okay, I'll manifest this apartment, and I described it in detail. And then about a few days after I'd gone back to the from the course, I went into an estate agent's because I saw a house that I thought, oh, that looks nice, and I went in, and the estate agent said, oh, unfortunately that one's gone, but this one's available. And she passed me the card, and I had shivers all down my body, and it brought me to tears because the description that I'd written out on this Tony Robbins course was exactly what was on the particulars. I mean, it was uncanny. I mean, I described, a tan and white cowhide rug, a
Mhm.
corner sofa, lots of storage space, just things like that were just too much of a coincidence. And I thought, oh my God. And it actually freaked me out. It freaked me out so much that I stopped doing it. And I know that sounds weird, but I think at the time I was just maybe not ready for it. I think you have to be ready for miracles. You have to be ready for things, and the universe is truly there to support you if you're ready to receive it. That's my belief. So at that time, I obviously wasn't ready to receive, so I stopped doing the manifestation, and then and then I went back to it a few years later, and I had many situations where I did little experiments and things kept showing up. And I thought, my God, this really works. So I, yeah, basically decided, okay, this is what I want. I'm going to just be outlandish. So I was actually, at the time I was a bit of at a low point. Um, I thought life's not being kind to me, and sometimes when we get to a low point in our lives, that's when we really take action. And it
Yeah.
definitely was true for me. Um, so I thought, okay, I've got nothing to lose here. So I wrote down everything. I categorized it. I wrote down the life that I wanted, the lifestyle, you know, the partner that I wanted, everything like that. And I was really outlandish, you know. I'd put down
Was Greg on that list?
yeah, well, I didn't know it was him at the time, but I put down you know, a description of someone that I wanted. And it was really interesting because I thought, okay, what do I want in a person? What I want someone that's really into personal development, personal and spiritual development. And because I'd always been into that, you know, from a young age with my parents, you know, they were meditators, you know, they studied TM. And so I wanted someone that was open to that, that I could go on this spiritual path with. And I also wanted someone who could watch weird stuff with me, you know, like alien stuff on TV and things like that. So I thought, yeah, I'm gonna just write down what I want. I don't care whether, you know, someone else sees it. In fact, I decided not to show it to anyone because
Mm,
I was in at the time. I thought, oh my God, this is like way too outlandish, and you know, people will just go, "There's no way you're gonna," you know, what people are like sometimes. They'll just say, you can't manifest that," and you know, coming from it from their point of view, from their you know, disbelief or whatever. So I wrote down all of that. I wrote down also that I wanted someone really good at business and finance so that they could help me in that area. It's not one of my strengths. And then I wrote down that I wanted to travel the world in style. I wanted to visit all these amazing places, and I wanted someone that's into health and fitness and all these things. And yeah, it was, I wrote it down. I did the process for 2 weeks, every single day. And at the end of the 2 weeks, I decided to stop because I had total belief in you know, me manifesting
What
everything on that list.
what was the process? Did you have to visualize it every
So
day?
what you do, you know, this is in a nutshell, but obviously if the listeners are really interested, they should definitely
Yeah.
do Tony Robbins's law of attraction course, because it's exceptional, you know, it really is. So yeah, what you do, write down what you really want. You know, and I did mine in sections, and then you also write down a future pace. So you write down, you know, okay, I'm, you know, here I am in 6 months from now, and let's say, you know, I'm sitting on the balcony of our villa. We're on a holiday, and blah blah blah, whatever you want to create and visualize. So, and then you jump up and down on a trampoline with listening to uplifting music. And actually, just that process is really good fun because it takes you back to your childhood
Got it.
and creates, um, you know, creates euphoria in you, because you can't be in a bad mood jumping on a trampoline. It's just impossible. So you're, you know, jumping up down the trampoline, celebrating as if it's already happened, because actually the brain can't tell whether you're visualizing something or whether it's actually true. So you kind of trick your brain. And then so you jump up and down, you create this euphoria, and then after sort of 5 or 10 minutes, you stop, you read it out as if it's already happened. And then you get on the trampoline again, jump up and down, listen to your music, celebrate as if it's already happened. And then you stop, then you look at your vision board. You have to do a vision board as well, which is
Mhm.
putting down pictures of the things you want to create. Um, and and then you kind of lose yourself in the vision board as if it's already happened. Now, this actually works with people that are less scientific. So, you know, if you've got a scientific brain, which I haven't, you'll probably go, well, you know, how is this going to work out? How is this going to actually happen? And start analyzing it, and, you know, well, I want proof and that kind of thing. So it happens, it's actually easier for people who are a little bit more dreamy like me.
Mhm.
So, you know, if you can really dream and get into the you know, the vision of it all and believe that it's actually coming true, then it works really well for you. And then you read out your future pace, which is, it's already happened, you've created it. And actually the process is, when I first started reading it out the first time I did it, I was in total disbelief. I was in a bit of a low state. By the end of the 2 weeks, it had raised my vibration, my energy was up, I felt amazing. And I was actually in the state of course, this is going to happen.
Mm.
Absolutely, it's already happened. Because actually, everything is already there in the spiritual world. We just have to align with it vibrationally. So if you don't believe something's going to happen, it won't happen. But if you have total belief and you're open to it, then it's more likely to happen for you. So, after after I'd done the process with 2 weeks, I just let it go because I just thought, yeah, it's going to happen. It's coming. And then I decided to, because I wanted on the list, I wanted a conscious relationship, or at least someone that was open to having a conscious relationship, working on that with me. And my my breathwork teacher at the time said, if you want a conscious relationship, you need to, go out there and take action, because that's one part of, the law of attraction or creating synchronicities, is you have to take some action as well. You can't just
You can't just
sit
sit
at home
home
on your
and,
sofa.
you know,
It's
work.
yeah. So basically it's be, do, have. So you have to get into the whole creation of it, believe that you're already receiving it, believe that you've already got that life or that partner or whatever, and then take action, and then you have it. So yeah. So anyway, so she said to me, look, why don't you start a group? So I thought, okay, yeah, I'll get out of my comfort zone, I'll start a group, and I decided to call it Creating Conscious Relationships. Anyway, so I'd been doing all this breath work and healing, and one of the guys on the course was called Peter Garrett, and he'd done quite a few of the courses with me, and we became friends. And then anyway, I said to him, look, I'm doing this group, can you bring anyone along? And he said, yeah, I've got actually my brother who's quite local at the moment. He's in Birmingham. And so he brought this guy called Greg to the first group, and then Greg and I got together. So that to me was, and then after that, I created everything that I put on the list. So the life that we've got now, and everything we did, traveling and creating the retreat center here, and yeah, so that's pretty amazing to me. So I definitely believe in the law of attraction and synchronicities. Nothing is by chance, and you can create your own destiny by doing healing on yourself, and doing processes like that, law of attraction processes, or do nothing, and your fate will happen. So yeah, that's really what I
I
believe.
have I love the story that you went through a process of like disbelieving it at the beginning, right? You were afraid of your power. Like you did you actually get that apartment or that place, the first one?
No, I actually created something better. Because see, what happens is with the law of attraction, so my experience, so it gives you signs. Like they're not just small signs. Like, for example, if you thought about red cars, you might see a lot of red cars because you've decided, oh, I'm going to notice red cars. So another thing that I did was, I manifested two cars that I wanted, and I'm into sports cars. I'm not just materialistic. I like
It's okay.
I like fast cars, and I like convertibles, same as I like skiing and horse riding, because it gives me that feeling of freedom. Anyway, so this was I was at the time I was working for a company. I was their account manager, and I was doing lots of driving, about 500 miles a week in 3 days, and I just said to them, look, I need a company car. And they said, okay. And they said, okay, well, we're thinking about a Volvo for you. And I was thinking, I don't want a Volvo, I want a BMW. So anyway, so I decided I was going to manifest a BMW, but they really had it set on a Volvo. So what I did, I thought, okay, I'll test drive the Volvo. And I did that. And then I thought, no, I want this other car, I want this convertible. So I went and test drove this convertible car, and I really got into how it felt. So I was out there, the wind in my hair, and just feeling the power of the car and everything. And I really got into that, and I just visualized myself in this car, and I just thought, I'm gonna get the car. And then anyway, about a week later, my boss's wife phoned me and she said, I don't know how you've done this, but he's going to get you BMW. So, anyway, some people might say, look, that could have been your, you know, persuasion, or they might have wanted to keep you as an employee. But anyway, I did it twice. So the second car after I left that company, I
Lamborghini.
then decided I wanted a Jaguar, new Jaguar.
Mhm.
I'd seen this car and I just thought, oh wow, you know, it's a beast. It sounds amazing. It looks amazing. It's my neighbor had it at the time, and anyway, I was this is before I met Greg, and I had a beauty salon, and I just thought this car is amazing. I'm going to have one day, and so I put it on my vision board, and then I actually went and took it for a test drive, and I was doing the process on it, and then I remember one day I'd gone into the salon. It was a Sunday, and there was like not many people about, but I'd opened the shutters. It was a beautiful day. I'd opened the shutters, and opposite me, like an apparition, was this white gleaming Jaguar. And at that moment, I just thought, I'm going to get that car. I just knew. Some people might say, look, you're a dreamer. But anyway, that happened. I got the car. And so, yeah. And it's just more than a synchronicity. It's a feeling of knowing. It's like the universe is, you know, responding to your vibration,
Mhm.
and you know, responding to your beliefs, because thought is creative, which means, you know, whatever you believe is going to be your reality.
So
So
when those things happens for you, do you feel like, how do you feel after that? Like you already know that was coming, and you already went through the motion of thinking about it and feeling it, and but then once you got it, is there like a plateau of excitement and like, oh, okay, I'm done, and what is it?
no, because I, you know, I always appreciate the things that I get, and always appreciate, you know, I'm not the sort of person that gets bored.
Mhm.
You know, I don't get bored. I'm always you know, for example, we live in a beautiful area of the world, and I go on this walk most days where you can walk up the mountain, you can see the lake, and every day I'm in wonder and amazement at the view, because every day it's different. So, you know, every time I used to get in the car and just, you know, I'd always appreciate it.
Mhm.
So, you know, um, yeah, I just, yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I'm not someone that gets bored of things. And you know, if I ever did, I'd just change the car, change the situation.
Got it. Got it. Awesome. Thank you for your time, and I love the story. And if to keep this going, do you know anybody in your circle who would be interested or have stories like this, like yours, that would love to come on this channel?
Yeah, I definitely have some people that would be interested, I'm sure. So yeah, I'll I'll listen out and ask them. Lucy, actually, a friend, Lucy Pattinson. Yeah, she's actually someone who we met on a course, and we actually work together now. So I'm sure she'd be interested. So I'll definitely pass her your way.
Awesome. Thank you. And
All right.
have a good night. Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Take care.
Bye.